Gathered today for this amazing session of Lord Jagannath, the glories of Lord Jagannath. We are continuing from our previous week, the discussion which we started on Lord Jagannath. There were some pertaining questions. So I thought that why don't we continue the topic again? Actually, one mouth is not sufficient to describe the glories of Lord Jagannath for the whole lifetime. In fact, if the whole world recites different pastimes of Lord Jagannath, we can never complete them. Such are the glories of Lord Jagannath. And as of now, he is still in Gundicha temple, the second temple which is there in Jagannath Puri. Then after 2 days, he will be traveling back to his temple, that is the main temple. And in the last week, we also saw Nilanchal showing us the Rath at the end and picture of Lord Jagannath. So as we begin, I would like to offer my respectful obeisances to my spiritual master, Sri Srimad Srila Jayapataka Swami, then to Srila Prabhupada. I offer my respects to Sri Panchatattva, headed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Advaita Prabhu, Sri Gadadhar Pandit, and Srivas Prabhu. Then to the divine couple, Sri Sri Radha Krishna, and my millions and millions of respects, obeisances, pranams to Sri Jagannath, along with his brother Balaram and mother Shubhadra, sister Shubhadra, and Sudarshan Chakra also.
Just a second, Lavisha. I think there is some network issue. Just let me clarify once again if they can see me or not.
Yeah, I guess many of them are saying yes. So also
Because I won't be able to hear.
And then I offer my respects to all the devotees who have assembled here. I'm very happy to see Dayal Gauranga Prabhu, Samir Prabhu. After a long time, we are there together, at least on Zoom. I guess they get only time on Sundays, or maybe they don't like my face. There is a lot to be learned by them. So if during the discussion, if I speak anything wrong, I request you all to kindly correct me immediately. And Anjali Mataji, maybe Dayal Gauranga Prabhu is referring to us that how to sign this three, Jagannath, Balram and Shubhadra together.
Yes.
And Sudarshan, how do you sign Sudarshan?
Sudarshan.
Okay, yeah. So sorry, because I don't know sign language. That's why I'm making it difficult for you all. Thank you very much again. So let's dive into this most relishing and sweet nectarian pastimes of Lord Krishna, Lord Jagannath, Balram and Shubhadra together. Let's go back 5,000 years ago. What we are going to discuss about the story is the reason why Rath Yatra is being celebrated. Why we celebrate Rath Yatra? What is the significance of Rath Yatra? Why Rath Yatra started altogether? So in brief, Rath Yatra is nothing but when devotees call the Lord into their own place. So that can be your own home, that can be your heart, that can be your city, that can be another temple also. And when the Lord accepts this request and you pull him to your own place, like you pull him to your own heart, that is Rath Yatra. When you pull the Lord in your own heart, that is Rath Yatra. So let's go back 5,000 years ago when Lord Krishna was personally present along with his devotees on this planet Earth. And before this, a brief description I want to give that Lord Krishna, for 11 years, he was in Vrindavan. Vrindavan is like his own home, where he is sweet baby of Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba, his parents. He has very wonderful friends who play with him, who tease him, who joke with him, who fight with him. They are friends. And then he also had his other girlfriends like the gopis. And all of them were there together. They used to love Krishna the most. The most. For them, everything is Krishna. None of the Gopa boys will eat if Krishna is not present. And as soon as the gopis will wake up, they have to first see Krishna. They have to first talk about Krishna. And even to the parents, even to Nanda Baba and Yashoda, father and mother of Krishna, they were so attached to him. They were so attached to him that when Krishna left Vrindavan and went to Mathura, they still used to think that Krishna is there at home. There is a very heart-touching pastime in this, that one guest, when Krishna left Vrindavan and went to Mathura, one guest came to his parents' house, his father, mother's house. And then that person was talking to Krishna's father. One guest came to their house, and that guest was talking to Krishna's father. And suddenly from the kitchen, Mother Yashoda comes running and she says, shh, keeping the finger on the lips, and she says, shh, don't make any sound, don't make any sound. My Krishna is sleeping inside. He is tired. He has just come back from herding the cows. He had gone out with the cows. He has just come back. He hasn't taken any rest. So let him take rest. Otherwise, he will not eat properly. And then suddenly, Nanda, father of Lord Krishna, he says to Yashoda that, oh, Mother Yashoda, you should be knowing that Krishna is in Mathura. He is not in Vrindavan. He has already left our house and he has gone to Vrindavan. He has gone to Mathura. This broke her heart immediately and she started crying, saying, yes, yes, I forgot. I have become old. That's why I'm not able to remember. Then some other time, when Mother Yashoda, she woke up early in the morning. Suddenly she woke up early in the morning some other day and she started churning the milk, taking out the butter. And she was doing this for a long time. Then some of her friends come to her and say, oh, Yashoda, what are you doing? She says, you don't know? My son Krishna, he likes butter to eat. So I'm making butter for him. He loves butter the most. Then all the gopis says, oh, that is very nice, very nice. So Krishna is coming back. Yashoda is saying, what coming back? He is still sleeping. Once he wakes up, then I will give him butter. Then all the gopis, they are again reminding Yashoda, Yashoda, he is not sleeping in your home. He has left Vrindavan and he is in Mathura. This was the situation every day in Vrindavan. All the Gopa boys, all the friends of Krishna used to look towards the road which connects Vrindavan and Mathura, that now Krishna will be coming, now Krishna will be coming. We are ready to play with him. Oh, keep the lunch box ready. Krishna will come, we have to feed him. There is nobody to feed him in Mathura. We have to give him a lot of food. That is what they used to do. And all the gopis, they used to decorate the forest. They used to decorate their home. That, oh, today Krishna will come. We have to decorate our house very well. Krishna should not see any dirt in our house. And we should cook nice preparations for him. Every day this used to happen. But Krishna did not return. So when Krishna was 11 years old, he had left Vrindavan and gone to Mathura. He killed the demon Kamsa. And after killing him, there were other demons. So he started killing all of them. Then after some time, he got married, having a big family now. And from Mathura, he shifted his whole city to Dwarika. Dwarika is in Gujarat now. So he shifted all the people, his whole family, all the relatives, everyone from Mathura to Dwarika. So now they are staying in Dwarika. And when Krishna was around 100 years old, 111 years old or so, that time he visited Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra is a place in Haryana, state of India, on the day of solar eclipse. So it is a custom that during the eclipse, you should take bath in holy river or a holy pond. So in Kurukshetra, there is a very famous pond, Brahma Sarovar. So Krishna, along with his family members, with his queens, wives, his children, his army, soldiers, with his mother, father, everyone, he was there in Kurukshetra. And during that time, the Vrindavan Vasis, all the devotees who are present in Vrindavan, they got to know, oh, Krishna has come to Kurukshetra, so we all should go and meet him personally there. So when Krishna was there in Kurukshetra, all the devotees from Vrindavan, all the friends of Lord Krishna, all the gopi friends of Krishna, Yashoda and Nanda, including the cows, everyone, and the monkeys, everyone from Vrindavan, they went to Kurukshetra to see Krishna, because it has been more than 100 years that they haven't seen him even once. While going to Mathura, Krishna had promised that he will come back in 2 days, but he didn't come back. And from 2 days, it is 100 years, he still not returned. This broke their heart. So all of them, they went to Kurukshetra to see Krishna. And when they went to Kurukshetra, they saw Krishna and they were in shock. They could not identify that this person is Krishna himself. Because Krishna in Vrindavan was different, and Krishna in Mathura is completely different. Krishna in Vrindavan was having a peacock feather on his head, on his turban. He used to wear one silken dhoti. He used to have flute. And he also used to wear flower garland. He was not having many jewelries around his body. His friends used to decorate him with flowers and leaves, and they used to paint his eyebrows, they used to paint his cheeks, they used to paint his arms with natural colors, colors from the fruit and flowers. They used to love Krishna so much. They used to consider Krishna as their own pet person, very close to their heart. And Krishna allowed all this. Anybody could paint anything on Krishna's face and Krishna will allow. One friend of Krishna will say, Krishna, I will sing for you now. And Krishna will say, ha, you sing, you sing. Then that person will start singing. Others will scold him, hey, you are such a Besura person. You don't know how to sing. Stop your mouth. Our blood is coming out of our ears. Don't sing. Stop now. You wait. I will come and I will show Krishna how to dance. That another boy will come and he will start dancing in front of Krishna. And as he is dancing, other friends are saying, you don't know how to dance? Tears are coming out of our eyes. Stop dancing. You don't know anything. Let's eat. I have become so hungry seeing you are dancing. Let us eat. So every day they used to play like this with Krishna. But now Krishna, he is wearing lots and lots of jewelries on his body. There is a armor मतलब एक कवच पहना हुआ था उनने अपने बॉडी के सामने, because he is a king now. He is no more a Gopa boy. He is a king. So he is wearing an armor. He is having his dhanush. He is having a lot of army in front of him. There is no flute. There is no peacock feather. He is having a mukut on his head. No turban cloth. And previously, Mother Yashoda, she used to apply the black dot, kajal, on Krishna's feet, behind his ear, and on his chest. But now there is no mark like this, because he is the king. Who can do like this with him? And then there are elephants and horses and infantry and soldiers with swords and tridents and with all different weapons. They were in front of Krishna. So they said, this person, he is not our Krishna. We want our Krishna back. His color is same. His body color, blue, that is same. But he is not our own Krishna. That sweetness has gone from him. And during that time, all the Vrindavan Vasis, especially the gopis, they requested Krishna, please come along with us. Come back to Vrindavan. Don't stay here. Then Krishna said, okay, we will talk. Now it is a daytime. I will come in the night to your camp, to your place where you are staying in Kurukshetra, and then we will talk. Now you leave me. In the night we will talk. So in the night when Krishna visited the gopis, all the gopis, they removed all that ornaments and jewelries from Krishna's body. And they again started painting Krishna, giving him flower garlands with leaves, making his hair very curly, and then giving him flute. And they started massaging Krishna's feet with lot of sweetness and said, Krishna, enough now. Enough of becoming king. Don't become king now. Come to Vrindavan. Let's play. What you want? You want butter? You want milk? You want curd? We will give you everything. Our whole property, our house, our life, everything belongs to you. But come back to Vrindavan. Don't stay here. So all the gopis removed their chunari, their veil, and they started tying Krishna and started pulling him and saying, no, come to Vrindavan, come to Vrindavan. And this pastime of the gopis and the Vrajavasis pulling Krishna from his king Vesh to Vrindavan is Rath Yatra. That is Rath Yatra. Where with so much love and eagerness we say, oh God, you may be king. Krishna, you may be king, you are supreme, but before that, you are our own person. For me, you are my friend. For me, you are my son. For me, you are my father. For me, you are my boyfriend. For me, you are my husband. So don't become a king now. Come to home. Come to home. So, in the similar fashion, in Jagannath Puri, which is in Odisha, the same pastime happens. A similar depiction happens. The main temple where Lord Jagannath stays for 360 years, 360 days in a year, that is called Shri Mandir. I am typing in the chat box. That is called Shri Mandir. And he travels and then he goes from Shri Mandir. Shri Mandir is like Kurukshetra. Or Dwarka. You can call it anything. Where Krishna is like king. So all the devotees, they take Krishna from this Shri Mandir to a different temple in Jagannath Puri only, which is around 3 kilometers from there. And that temple is called Gundicha Temple. Or Gundicha Mandir. Gundicha Mandir is like Vrindavan. There, Krishna is like a Gopa boy. He is not king. He is a small cowherd boy who will have flute, who will have a turban, who will have peacock feather on his head, who will play on his flute, where Mother Yashoda can tie him, where people can chastise him, his friends can play with him, can wrestle with him, where Krishna will lift his friend on his shoulder. So there is so much love and affection which happens there. So this whole celebration for all of us is like that. We request Krishna, Krishna, you are our family member. Now enough of being God outside. Come and stay in my heart. And that is why Srila Prabhupada, he requests all the devotees, all of us, to be that, to consider this, that we have to make our heart in Vrindavan. We have to develop that love and affection which the Vrajavasis had in our heart. We have to develop that love and then request Krishna that come and stay in Vrindavan. Now Vrindavan is my heart. Come and stay here. You are most important to me. You are everything to me. So this is one of the pastime why we celebrate Rath Yatra, why there is a huge celebrations of Rath Yatra. There are two more pastimes on this. Do you want to hear that now, or should I tell some other story?
Can you tell me again? Can you repeat this again?
Yeah, you ask them that do you want me to tell other two stories of Rath Yatra now, or should I tell them later? I will tell some other story now. Somebody saying another story, somebody saying same story. Okay, what Dayal Prabhu is saying? What Dayal Gauranga Prabhu is saying?
Dayal Dasaji is saying that let Samir to decide this.
Okay. Samir, what do you want, Samir Prabhu, now? What he wants?
Samir Prabhu said we can continue with the Ratha Yatra story.
Okay, okay. Okay, so we will take one more story of Rath Yatra. This is the second story. Somebody is raised.
He wants to say something. when he's asking when King Indra
Indradyumna.
Indrayumna, when it started, he wants to know.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. I could not recognize your name. Mhm. His name?
Anand Dev. His name is Anand Dev Prabhuji.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, Anand Prabhu. Uh, yes, we have interacted over just WhatsApp call, not phone call, but messages, WhatsApp messages. I remember you now. Maybe we had a small chat. It's our pleasure to see you here. Thank you very much, Anantadev Prabhu. So Maharaj Indradyumna, his story is what I was supposed to tell. So I'm not going to tell the whole story. We will refer him as King, King Indradyumna or Maharaj Indradyumna, because we don't have the sign for Indradyumna, his name. So we will just say him as King. Okay. So Maharaj Indradyumna, he was a very, very great devotee of Lord Krishna. And according to different scriptures, we find different incidences of this whole thing, that when Indradyumna started celebration of Rath Yatra. But majorly, it goes back to Satyuga. Sorry. So this king was previously the ruler of the entire planet. He was the supreme boss. And then he found out from one of his minister, one of the Brahmana minister in his kingdom, that there is the Lord personally present in Odisha, which is present day Jagannath Puri. Previously it was called as Nilachal. I will write that in the chat box. So that is called as Nilachal Dham. Nilachal Dham because there was a mountain which was of blue color. So the Lord was residing there. Lord Vishnu personally, along with Mother Lakshmi, a four-handed Vishnu form was residing there. And Indradyumna, the king, got to know about it. So he went there to see the Lord. And before he could see, there is a long story. I'm not telling the whole story now. We will take the story some other time. Obviously, we will discuss about this very interesting and amazing story. We will take it some other time in detail, but in short, we will do it today. So when king went to see Lord Jagannath, to Lord Vishnu, Lord Vishnu's name was Neel Madhav. Neel Madhav. Neela means blue and Madhav means husband of Lakshmi. So when he went to see, the Lord disappeared. He wasn't present there. Then he went back to Vaikuntha, you can say. And then Indradyumna, the king, he started crying and crying and crying. He said, if the Lord is not giving me darshan, if the Lord is not allowing me to see him, I will kill myself. Right now, I will kill myself. I will fast till death, means I will not take even water, any grain, anything to eat or drink, but I will die till the time I die, because the Lord has rejected me. I'm not able to see the Lord. So what is the use of this body? What is the use of my eyes? What is the use of me being alive? So I will die. That's how he decided, the king. He was such an amazing and such a elevated devotee, such a great devotee. When we go to the temple, if the temple is closed, we'll come back to our house or go to some other restaurant and eat. We will not wait there. Okay, let the temple open and then we will take darshan of happy now. He became very happy that he will be able to worship Lord Jagannath. So he went to Lord Brahma and said, you come, we have to establish temple of Lord Jagannath. You become the head pujari, the head priest, in doing all the yagyas and homas and everything. And then we will install Lord Jagannath's temple. When they were having this discussion, the time passed, because in the planet of Brahma, the time is very, very fast. So when he went over there and came back, it already from Satyuga, the time already came to Dwapar Yuga. For any reason. So then king, he got a wood from the ocean, which that wood was blessed by Lord Jagannath, by the Lord himself. That wood was having chakra and shankha on the wood. That means the sign of Lord Jagannath. And for Balaram wood, it had gada and snake on the wood. Shape means carving shape. And in Shubhadra, the sister's wood, there was flower, kamal ka phool tha, lotus flower was there. So that's how they got to know, okay, these are the woods which we can carve. Then Indradyumna, he requested one of the heavenly person to carve the deity from the wood. So they started carving Lord Jagannath. So after the 15 days, the person, the carpenter, Vishwakarma, he said that when I am carving, nobody should disturb me. So the doors should be closed. So he kept the doors closed from outside and he was carving inside. And sound was coming outside. So everyone was able to hear, some work is going on. So yes, we know carving is going on. We cannot see, but at least we can hear. But on the 15th day, there was no sound. So the wife of the king, her name was Gundicha. The temple name is also Gundicha, and the wife name of the king was also Gundicha. Same name. So Gundicha, she said to the king, no, may that old person know, your carpenter, he would have died. 15 days he was inside, no food, no water, he would have died. Open and see. He said, no, we should not open and see, because that is what the promise we made. We should not do it. Let's keep it close. After some time when he comes out, we will see. But what to do? Matajis are Matajis. Ladies are ladies. They will not stop. She kept telling the king, go open, see what is happening. So let it be a king or a normal person. They have to listen to their wife. So Indradyumna was forced to listen to his wife. He went and he opened the door. The carpenter vanished, leaving Lord Jagannath, Balaram, Shubhadra, and Sudarshan, the 4 deities, in unfinished form. Eyes were very big, smile was big, but hands were half, there were no legs. Tummy was very big, so he did not carve properly, means he could not get the full time to carve. So again Indradyumna started crying. He said, I did a mistake, I did a big sin. The Lord's carving was happening, I disturbed. Now the Lord body cannot be completed. What should I do? Again I will fast to death. Again Lord came to his dream and said, Arey Indradyumna king, don't commit suicide again and again. I want to come in this particular form. I want to be present in this form. I want people to worship me in this form. They should know that I am having big, huge eyes because I want to see the little devotion in them. I am the Lord which is not having full hand, but I will still eat whatever my devotees will give me. I don't have legs, but I will walk whenever my devotee will call me. Whenever my devotee will call, I will walk. I don't have any eyelids because I will not sleep. I only want to see my devotees. So this is how Lord Jagannath told Indradyumna. Indradyumna again became happy. Yeah. He was surcharged. So then he established the Lord in the temple, in the main temple now. And he praised the Lord. He did arti and everything. And then he requested the Lord 3 boons. He said, my dear Lord, if you are happy, then give me 3 blessings. The first blessing is that I should not have any child. Everyone was shocked. What is this? The king is saying that I should not have any child? But why? Then the king mentioned that if I have a child, then that son will start claiming that this is my property. This is my property. Everything belongs to me. But King Indradyumna said, I don't want anybody to say that this is their property. This land, this earth, this whole planet belongs to Lord Jagannath, belongs to Lord you. So don't give me any son. You are my son. You are everything to me. You are my Lord. You will remain the king. I don't want to, I'm not the king also now. I'm only your servant. Lord said, okay, tathastu. So be it. Now, what wish, second wish you tell? He said, see, Lord, there are so many people who will come from far off places, from different places. So they will come in huge line. And if you sleep, then they will not be able to take your darshan. So you should sleep maximum for 3 to 4 hours. Don't sleep more than this. Keep giving darshan to everyone. Lord said, okay, no sleep. Fine, no problem. Tatastu. I will sleep very less and I will keep giving darshan. But do you know that when the Lord's temple is closed for us, that means for humans, all the demigods from heaven and from other higher planets, they come down to the temple and they worship Lord Jagannath. Humans are not allowed in the night. The demigods go and worship him. So even that time, Lord Jagannath is not sleeping. Because daytime, he is giving darshan to the devotees, humans, and in the night time, he is giving darshan to the demigods, Indra, Chandra, Surya, Agni, Brahma, Shiva, Ganesha. And then the third boon, the third blessing. Third blessing was that, my dear Lord, you should eat all the time. He said, what? If I eat all the time, how will I give darshan to people? He said, okay, you eat, you wash your hands, and before your hands will get dry, you should eat your next meal. Because anybody who comes to your temple should get your Mahaprasad. Then Lord Jagannath said, okay, tathastu. That's why anybody goes to Jagannath Puri, they will get Jagannath's Mahaprasad. And anybody who eats Jagannath Mahaprasad, they will never go to hell. They will for sure go to Vaikuntha. So now the wife of the king, Gundicha, she came and she stopped in between. Again, she came now and she started crying. Everyone is saying, why are you crying? Why are you crying? The king is saying, why are you crying? Even Lord Jagannath is asking, why are you crying? He said, see, I am wife. I am a woman. I am a lady. For me, the most important is my son. But you have given blessing to my husband, to the king, that he will not have any son. but I want to meet my son. So who will come and give me, who will come and meet me? I want to play with my son. I want to feed my son. Who will do all these things with me? Then Lord Jagannath said, don't worry. I am your son. Lord Balaram, he is your son. And Shubhadra is your daughter. So every year, 9 days, we will spend with you. We will come to you and we will spend with you. So that is why, again, this Rath Yatra happens. And that is why the another temple is called Gundicha temple, because that temple belongs to the queen. And Lord Jagannath, he goes from the king's temple to the queen's temple. For 9 days, he spends his time along with the queen as his mother. So those who are from Gujarat, they would be knowing this, that in Ahmedabad also, Lord Jagannath, he goes to Maserabadi, yani ke they go to his aunt. That aunt is none other than king's wife, Gundicha. Now there is a third story, which we will not do today. We will take it some other time. I wanted to tell you a few more stories, but now there is not much time. So we will take question and answer. There is very interesting story of another king who came down later by name Ramchandra Dev. We will talk about him in the next class. We will continue with the stories of Lord Jagannath. Very, very interesting. But again, before we go to the question and answers, I have this 3 requests to you, which Indradyumna asked Lord Jagannath. The first one is obvious, that what your son is not so important, your family is not so important, nobody in your life should be more important than Jagannath. Lord Jagannath should be the most important person in your life. He is not only the king, he is not only God, but he is your son, he is your father, he is your mother, he is your friend, he is your everything. So the first person in our life is Lord Jagannath. Second thing is, as Indradyumna requested that the Lord should not sleep, that means you should be worshipping Jagannath. He is not sleeping, that is true, but you should be worshipping him, that is also important. And the third most important one is, you should be offering bhoga to Lord Jagannath. Put some tulsi in it. Even if you can offer a fruit or a flower, even one tulsi, just a water, but do something. Make an offering every day to Lord Jagannath. This is my request. Okay? And pull him in your heart. Bring him in your heart. And don't let him go. Pack him over there. Put a lock outside that Jagannath should not go out. Fine. So we will take few questions and just 10 minutes and then we'll